Welcome back to Will, a Wonderful World. Last time, we helped out a friend cat. Cat friends are always the best friends. Yeah, Fluffy. Cat friends are best friends. I said what I said. And, Gyeong-min had some personal problems to deal with. We might have helped him through that? Who knows? But today we've got 2 new letters.
Carlos, te extraño.
One from Alicia.
부처님, 나도 좀 도와줘요.
And Gyeong-min's back again. Alicia misses her brother. Little Lamb Billy is the name of her letter. And I'm really curious why Gyeong-min's letter is titled The Cargo Shorts and the Beach Shirt. What are you getting yourself into, Gyeong-min? Well, let's start with Alicia, and we'll see. Hong Kong was a strange city. It was quite small, but it felt like such a big city. While it was busy and rich, there were also many people, many poor people, including numerous homeless people wandering the streets. I had hoped to go to America, but I ended up being kidnapped and brought to Hong Kong. Don't worry, Alicia. It's not that different. It's busy and rich, but there are also many poor people, including numerous homeless people wandering the streets. You know, small world. I didn't have any money on me. I didn't know if I could even survive here, not to mention go to America. I began to look at the hiring flyers on the walls. Teamsters, engineers, masseurs. A lot of places were hiring, but I didn't know how to do any of the jobs. But one day, I saw that there was a nightclub looking for a pub singer. The club was called Melody Hall. It sat in the middle of the most popular location on Portland Street in Mongkok. Weren't we just told by Carlos that Portland Street was where all the sex trade was? The club was huge, and the guests were all dressed like royalty. Everyone that came to audition for the job was sitting in the lobby, waiting for their turn. Several middle-aged men were sitting below the stage, looking terribly bored. I chose to sing one of my favorite songs when it was my turn. It was a folk song from my hometown. It's called Little Lamb Billy. After my parents had passed away, my brother and I were soon sent to the orphanage. For a long time afterwards, Carlos seemed to have shut down entirely. He could sit there for an entire day without saying a single word. He was only 3. There was nothing near the orphanage but hills and mountains. I liked to take him hiking and would talk to him on top of the mountain, or sing to him. We would stay there for a whole day sometimes. However, he still wasn't talking. One day, when I was singing, I suddenly thought to myself, was this going to last forever? Would Carlos never talk to me again? I had to stop the song. I couldn't stop myself from thinking depressing thoughts. I cried. Why are you crying, Alicia? Carlos was pulling on my arm, and I saw him looking at me with his clear eyes. That day, he had finally returned to me. The song I had been singing that day was Little Lamb Billy. I stood in front of the elevator. I was thinking about the song that I just sang, and the days when we had lived in the orphanage. I couldn't help but hum the song again. I felt a sudden tap on my shoulder. It was one of the men who had been sitting below the stage earlier. Miss, there's something that you should know. His eyes were almost shut as he smiled at me. It's quite a hassle to hire a foreigner like you who has no papers. You won't be able to find another job in all of Hong Kong. However, I think you are really terrific. I would love to hire you, as long as you... As he was speaking, his hand was moving down from my shoulder along my back, and it kept moving down further, even further. I was taken aback and tried to move away, but he grabbed my wrist. I'd never been in a situation like this in my entire life. I was horrified. I tried to shake him off with all my strength. I scratched his face with my nails, leaving a red mark. He felt his face with his hand as I was running away. Yep. 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 That's what he really wanted. A nice new scar to show off to the ladies. Yep. Think she's got the job. You ungrateful little bitch! You people! Go grab her! I ran into a small alley and hid behind a dumpster. After what seemed to be an eternity, I could no longer hear the people who were running after me. I fell to the ground. I felt violated and ashamed. Tears were rushing out of my eyes, as if all of my suffering had come back to haunt me. Carlos, I miss you so much. Well, poor Alicia. Needs money, needs a job, trying to go about it the right way. Problem is, she was kind of not brought to Hong Kong the right way. And visas are unfortunately a thing. She does not have a visa. She does not have a credit card. I'm a little... Knowing that this is in the past, I'm a little concerned that fixing it means having her undergo whatever that man wants to do. Because, I don't think this is a problem, really. Other than the fact that she was touched very, very inappropriately. But she got away. She got away alive. Which is a lot better than how some of this ends. I think her problem is that she misses Carlos. So we have to somehow bring 9-year-old Carlos to come see her in Hong Kong. Anyway, Gyeong-min's problem. Was the map always there for Gyeong-min? No way. I'd been assigned here for a week. For the past few days, I'd been trying to find an opportunity to write my transfer application and submit it to Lieutenant Kang. Yet, every time when I sat down and tried to fill out the form, Lieutenant Kang would throw a bunch of paperwork at me and make me file them. I mean, if Lieutenant Kang gets his way, you're gonna get transferred anyway, kid. Don't worry about it. It was almost like he knew what I was up to. None of this made any sense. Any sense at all. As a police officer, shouldn't I be patrolling the city to stop crimes and helping people with everything I had? Even be ready to sacrifice myself for justice at a moment's notice? But this was so boring. Thank God I could still sometimes chat with Officer Min-jun, a more senior officer in Unit 4. Or I would have exploded out of boredom by now. Usually at this point, Min-jun would say, "I'll lend you a grenade then." I really like Min-jun. Solve all problems with dick shots, headshots, or kabooms. That's my type of man. Min-jun liked making these kinds of morbid firearm jokes, although I rarely found them funny. Life sucked. I poured myself another glass and chugged it. I was at a bar called Crash, where I would always come whenever I was feeling down. Is that why the music suddenly stopped? It crashed. Every day after midnight, the bar would turn into a carnival. But around sunset, the atmosphere here was actually really nice, and it was the best time to come here and drink alone. I was sitting by the window and staring at the street blankly. Some words from the conversation at the next table suddenly caught my attention. Oh no, it's this music again. Give me electric guitar sting! Give me electric guitar sting! A bald man in a Hawaiian shirt raised his bottle and said, "Bro, have you heard about what happened to Group Gyeong-min a few days ago?" His buddy, who was wearing a pair of beach shorts and sporting the most ridiculous hairstyle, laughed. "Of course, it's been heard all over our group, Yusung. That was really brutal for them to blow off half the head of Choi Yo-han's son. Only Kang Baekya has the balls to do that." Technically, it was Min-jun that had the balls to do that. Just saying. Give my boy Min-jun some credit, yeah? My ears perked up when I heard Lieutenant Kang's name out of the blue like that. The bald man continued. "I think it was pretty rad. That bastard was always so fucking annoying. He would come to our turf all the time, looking for trouble, just because of his good old daddy." The crazy-haired guy interrupted him. "Shut the fuck up, you idiot. Don't let anyone hear you say that. You're gonna get Boss Jew into trouble." The bald hand immediately concurred. "Oh, sure. By the way, I've also heard that Choi Yo-han is setting up a trap for Kang Baekya. It's going to be epic." The crazy-haired guy sounded surprised. "Hey, watch it. Don't get so close to me. Wait, what did you mean by setting up a trap?" Bald man explained. "I heard that they heard something on Kang Baekya, and they'll use it to force him to turn himself over. You can guess what they're going to do to him next. I think it's supposed to be going down tonight, over the warehouses by the port. Oh no. Did they get a photo of Kang Baekya in a compromising position with Gyeong-min here? Abuse of power and all that." The crazy-haired guy didn't seem like he was buying it. "Really? You think that would work? Kang was tough enough to take out a whole team on his own." The bald man got excited. I'm not sure at what point I decided to do a surfer voice, but we're doing it. "We'll find out. Apparently they prepared barrels and concrete, and I've heard something about some other big surprise. Anyway, No matter which side loses, our boss Jew will be happy either way. Bet he's been looking forward to this day for a long time. I sobered up completely. I quickly checked my cell phone. It was 9 p.m. Now that I thought about it, Lieutenant Kong had gotten a delivery earlier today, and he had left the office soon afterwards. Did the delivery have anything to do with the trap? I knew I didn't quite get along with Lieutenant Kong, but no matter what, he was on the side of justice! Now that I knew he was in danger, there was no way I could just sit aside and let it happen. I sneaked into the bathroom and immediately called the lieutenant. Nobody picked up. I then called the police station. Someone told me that nobody from Unit 4 was available. I mean, Unit 4 is just 2 people and one of them already didn't pick up. I had a really bad feeling. If I didn't get in touch with the lieutenant as soon as possible. The door opened and a person walked out. My reaction had been slowed down because of the alcohol. The young man who had just come out of the stall grabbed me by my hair and slammed me into the mirror of both the sinks. The mirror was smashed. There was broken glass all over the ground. Just before I passed out, I heard someone say, "You dirty cop! You trying to snitch on our own turf? Screw you!" When I woke up, I found myself lying in a big empty warehouse. The gate was locked from the outside. I could see the evening stars through the windows high above the wall. Oh man, how long had I been out for? Was Lieutenant Kong already at the port? Alright, well, time to play Hero of Justice with Gyeong-min. Again. Always. I mean, good on him for being smart enough to go to the bathroom to try and contact the cops, knowing that the gang people were right out there. But also, did he not think to check that the place was empty? Like, check under the stalls? The stall doors? Or do you just not think, Gyeong-min? Do you think with that throwy spear that you wrap around your wrist, is that what you do? Well, either way. There's only one thing to change. Like, we've experienced with like the permutations before that it's possible to just have one side completely empty. And I think it might be better for Gyeong-min to have like no one at all. Because Alicia managed to get away from the person after all. Meanwhile, I'm going to say the tap on the shoulder is the person walking out, so that's why I'm moving this above the tap. As compared to Alicia being surrounded by a tap and then another person. So let's give this set a go. It was one of the men who had been sitting below the stage earlier. Okay, miss, there's something that you should know. He leers at her. He starts touching her. I looked at the lobby, but I could no longer see the person who had just come out of the elevator. No one could help me now. Okay. That tells me we should move the person after the tap then. Alicia's still gonna get away. So let's just skip past her escape. I checked the time again. It was already 9:30 p.m. It wasn't safe to go straight to the port, as I didn't know how many people the enemy had. I hadn't received my weapon yet, as this was only my first week. It wouldn't be terribly useful for me personally, but it would still be better than nothing. I should at least go back to the station and check out a gun. Perhaps I could even find some backup. Wait, the music just faded. The music just faded? I hoped I could make it in time. Why did the music just fade? Well, this is a little more hopeful. I left the bar. A cold breeze blew over my face. I shuddered and felt myself sobering up a little more. I hailed a cab. I kept urging the driver to speed up. In the end, it took me 30 minutes to arrive rather than the usual 60. As soon as I opened the door, I threw up all over the ground. At least he didn't do it in the car. The old driver looked at me emotionlessly and handed me the bill and a napkin. I just ran through 3 red lights for you. I'll give you a discount for being a police officer. Well, rank S, so that's a good ending for Gyeong-min. But Alicia still suffered. Luckily, we know exactly how to fix that. Miss, there's something that you should know. Starts trying to assault. She's horrified. Gives him a nice new scar. Okay, that pause in the middle of that. He's about to call for backup, and then, hey! That was embarrassing! Someone who just got out of the elevator stood in front of me. Oh, it's a pair of red high heels, a pair of tight black leather hands, a lavish fur coat. If it weren't for the voice, no one would have guessed that it was a man wearing them if they saw them from behind. For the manager of Melody Hall to dare do something like this in public, what would your big boss say if he heard about this? Fine. Just not my lucky day then. The manager shot me a stern look, turned around and walked back into the lobby. Cross-dressing man turned to me, smiling wildly. Hello, pretty little girl. Would you like to go get a drink at my place? They both get drinks. Best ending. Alcohol is always the best ending. Except for cats. I feel like I need like a that was easy button here. That was actually easier than I expected. I kind of thought I might have to like get a letter from Kang Baekhyun, but hey, we'll take it. I think she's singing. I don't know the melody for this. You ask me. No, I'm not even gonna try it. Sorry. What on earth are you doing? I'm singing. Huh? I didn't know you sing. What's the name of the song? The moon represents my heart. Hmm? How does she still know the song? I thought I had. I'm sorry. You had what, Fluffy? What did you do? What are you mumbling about? I mean, of course, this song. Everyone in China knows this song. Hmm? Why are you suddenly in the mood to sing? When I read Alicia's story about her singing, all of a sudden a lot of music just popped into my head out of nowhere. So I was thinking, maybe I was a singer before I died? Before you died? I've heard stories of how some people become gods when they die with unfulfilled wishes. That must be why I know these songs, right? Aren't those usually ghost stories, not god stories? Although, if that had been the case, wouldn't my power have something to do with singing? What do you mean? For example, what if my singing has healing powers? Or maybe my song can bring peace to people at war. How imaginative. We've been alive for a long time. There's nothing strange about us knowing some songs. There's something strange about you thinking you'd already done something so she shouldn't remember the song, though, Fluffy. Gods are supposed to know everything. If it weren't for your memory loss, I'm sure you'd remember even more. Well, that makes sense. I guess I was never a singer. Now I feel sad. I didn't know you wanted to be a singer so much. Look, I made you some osmanthus cake. Wow! Nothing's more powerful than sweets. Enjoy the cake. Remember to do your work after you finish your snack. I'll see you later. Wait, I haven't heard you sing yet. Before you go, sing me something. I will not. You're my servant. You cannot say no to my request. No. As your servant, my duty is to supervise your work. And saying no to you is one of my rights. Well, then, what if I serve you some tea? I made the tea. How does a dog make a tea? I want to know how a dog makes tea. How about I wash your feet? I just washed them myself. Well, would you like me to comb your hair? This face. This face. What would you like to hear? Name it. Your face looks almost twisted. Well, let me think. The moon represents my heart. I only care about you, or sweet as honey. I know none of these songs. Like, I am now doing a quick lookup. Oh, Oh. I do know these songs. I actually know these songs decently well. Like not super well. Also, like it's freaking out because I'm like looking at Google results. These are all Teresa Teng songs. The moon represents my heart. 月亮代表我的心. Sweet Honey is 甜蜜蜜. And 我只在乎你, I only care about you. That last one was also a Japanese song called 時の流れに身を任せ. Still by Teresa Teng. I'm surprised. Well, now that I have that background, now that I have the background behind the translated song titles, I still can't really give a shit. I'm gonna go for Sweet as Honey. These were all songs my parents grew up listening to and really loved. And I would hear them in like car rides and stuff. I wasn't really expecting to have these connections in a game. But yeah, a lot of people in China do know this song. That makes sense. Okay, fine. Your excuse is plausible, Fluffy. Still keeping an eye on you. Or two. But just two. Let's go with Sweet as Honey. Oh, okay, it does address it. These are all songs of Teresa Teng. Why wouldn't you pick something more exciting? More hardcore? You know, then maybe our song choice didn't matter after all. To be fair, you've liked her music ever since you were little. Since I was little? Oh, no, I mean, you've always liked her music. Not suspicious at all, Fluffy. Anyway, I happen to notice one. Listen up, I'm gonna sing now. I am not going to sing now. I am also not going to clip in the actual song, because that would get an automatic DMCA. I would certainly recommend you look up Tian Mi Mi if you're curious. What do you think? Oh no, she just breaks the fourth wall again. I've been curious. Why is it that the only sound we make when we talk is a single beep? Even the tone is always the same. Even when we were singing, it was nothing more than some rhythmic beeping. You're only now noticing that? Well, we're gods after all, not humans. We have our own unique qualities. We should focus on them. Speaking of which, how's work been recently? Oh, it's been going pretty well. My only complaint is that there are so many letters. I've been pulling a lot of all-nighters to finish them. Is there even day where you are? You don't have to work that hard. We're not on the same timeline as the humans. It doesn't really matter to them when we handle their letters. It's true. Alicia is writing to us from 9 years in the past, for example. Carlos is writing to us from 2 months in the future. maybe it'll turn out that Jimmy is actually Mr. Kwan, who learned how to get with girls by spending money on them, and they get very, very offended when they turn out to be the nieces of rival gang bosses who were never really interested in him. Just maybe. The most important thing about being a god is to enjoy yourself. That's okay. I am enjoying myself. It feels so great to be able to help people. I'm really happy. Okay then. As long as you're happy. Oh, by the way, haven't we forgotten about something important? What important thing? Comb. There are new letters here. I need to start working. I knew it. If you can make tea, you can comb your own hair, Fluffy. I believe in you. Anyway, more letters. But I think we'll call that a video. We finally have a picture of Alicia for our profile section. In the Beep Orphanage. I guess what got added was that both her parents are dead and she has a picture now. I really did think Alicia was like working as a pop star based off the opening video. And like the gang just wanted Carlos to like blackmail her with or something. Speaking of Carlos, so some information that came across when I was going through endings on my own is that his favorite food is Chinese 粽子, which is like a sticky rice pack wrapped in lotus leaf. Like really, really sticky rice, really giant parcel. You might have had something similar at dim sum, but 粽子 is usually considerably larger and can come with both sweet and savory varieties. And then the little lamb Billy part is thanks to Alicia. Next time, we've got 3 letters. Just because of the green color, it looks like we're heading back to this trio here. Because that other one does look kind of blue. Which means that third one is probably Li Wen's. But for now, it's nice that we got something. I'm not going to say that it was less bad. What happened there was still pretty bad. If Kang Baekhyun's fucked up, that's also pretty bad. Unless he lets his other side out. But it definitely hasn't been as heartbreaking as some of our recent bits. I'm looking at you, Spotty. I'm looking at you, Sangun. It does look a lot like all the heavy shit is here. He started out kind of heavy when Zalren. But I guess when you get mixed up with Li Wen, you end up getting drawn into her Gossip Girl world. For now though, have a good night. Remember, all Chinese people know Teresa Teng songs. Even if I can't sing them off the top of my head. We'll see you next time.